Wait, what kind of weapon are we talking about here?
The Thanos killing kind.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 satisfying deaths of hated MCU characters.
Your salvation is at hand.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most rewarding villain deaths in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Is there an MCU character you'd love to see meet their fate? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. William Rawlins, the Punisher. As the vigilante crusader known as the Punisher, Frank Castle has eliminated plenty of criminals in the MCU.
I was wondering when you were gonna show up. Why'd you come here to tug on your little doggy's leash, huh?
And as great as it was to see Frank finish off his friend turned enemy Billy Russo, it was more satisfying to watch him off his former commanding officer, William Rawlins. With Russo's help, Rawlins captured his former subordinate in an effort to recover the evidence he had on them.
We both got things we want here. So let's get through this nice and smooth. No tricks.
When Rawlins' violent assault went too far, Russo betrayed him by letting Frank out of his bindings, allowing the former military man to do what he does best. The Punisher's subsequent revenge is perhaps as terrifying as it is cathartic. Number 9. Jasper Sitwell, Captain America the Winter Soldier. Even before he's revealed to be working for Hydra, Jasper Sitwell rubbed people the wrong way.
What do you want?
You're gonna go around the corner to your right. There's a gray car 2 spaces down. You and I are gonna take a ride.
And why would I do that?
Because that tie looks really expensive. And I'd hate to mess it up.
That's a bureaucrat for you. The Weasley traitor to S.H.I.E.L.D. is especially irritating when he gets exposed and begins to spill the beans about his new evil employer. He may be reluctantly helping Captain America and company, but he's still smugly superior about their chances.
Is this little display meant to insinuate that you can throw me off the roof? Because it's really not just style, Rogers.
You're right. It's not. It's hers.
This is even after they drop him off a building. So when the Winter Soldier pulls him out of a car and tosses him into oncoming traffic, well, let's just say it doesn't not sit well. Yeah?
Are you crazy? That is a terrible, terrible idea.
Number 8. John Garrett, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. In keeping with agents who betrayed S.H.I.E.L.D., John Garrett once was tight with Phil Coulson.
Phil's around? Great. We actually have a lot to talk about.
But after Hydra is exposed, Garrett goes off the deep end and faces the wrath of Coulson and Nick Fury over his transgressions.
You remember that speech you used to give us, Nick? About how one man can accomplish anything once he realizes he can be something bigger? Well, now I am.
A part of something bigger.
Is that how it went?
However, it's actually Mike Peterson, the cyborg Deathlock, whom Garrett manipulated into his pawn, that puts him down for good. Or so it seemed. Garrett manages to drag himself onto a table to get some upgrades. Fortunately, Coulson arrives to blast Garrett into atoms. That's 2 deaths for the price of 1. And both were very fitting exits for such an unlikable character.
Hey guys! I found it!
Number 7. Mariah Dillard, Luke Cage. A savvy politician and a ruthless gangster, Mariah Dillard makes herself thoroughly hateable throughout Luke Cage, even if she's strangely charismatic.
You need me out there. You want me out there. Because without me, God help Harlem. God help us all.
By the final episode, Mariah is at last behind bars and receives visits from both her daughter, Tilda, and the title character.
There's a new gangster in town.
I prefer Sheriff.
When visited by the latter, Mariah boasts that she'll rise again, even from within prison. That is, until she begins experiencing sudden distress. It soon reveals that Tilda managed to poison her mother through a kiss. After everything Mariah put Tilda through, it's certainly an appropriate end to Harlem's Queenpin.
You can save me.
Nah. I've done all the saving I can do. But I will keep you company.
Number 6. Alexander Pierce, Captain America the Winter Soldier. A secret higher-up at Hydra, while serving as Secretary of the World Security Council, Alexander Pierce is rotten through and through.
Captain, somebody murdered my friend. I'm going to find out why. Anyone gets in my way, they're going to regret it. Anyone. Understood.
He even kills his housekeeper, for crying out loud. But when Hydra enacts its plot to take full control, Pierce is stopped by Nick Fury and Black Widow, all while Captain America takes down helicarriers threatening the world.
I know you erased my password, probably deleted my retinal scan. But if you want to stay ahead of me, Mr. Secretary, you need to keep both eyes open.
With his plans in ruin, Pierce uses the threat of a bomb on Black Widow to make his escape. However, once she neutralizes it, Fury swoops in for the death blow. Pierce was a warmongering politician taken to the extreme, and it was truly great to see Fury give him a taste of his own medicine. Number 5. Ego. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Ego is the father of Star-Lord / Peter Quill, and while he initially seems to be a likable enough guy for a planet, he eventually reveals that he wants to absorb the universe into himself.
I need to fulfill life's one true purpose. To grow and spread, covering all that exists until everything is me.
Also, he intentionally gave Peter's mom cancer, an indescribably awful act. So it was quite the relief to see Quill beats the tar out of Ego using his celestial powers. This while his friends work to blow up Ego with a powerful bomb.
I am Groot.
Uh-huh.
I am Groot.
That's right.
I am Groot.
No! No, that's the button that will kill everyone!
Ego is the ultimate expression of ego, and seeing him taken down was humbling for everyone involved.
If you kill me, you'll be just like everybody else.
What's so wrong with that?
No!
Number 4. Ronan the Accuser. Guardians of the Galaxy. A ruthless galactic warlord, Ronan the Accuser is a villain even other villains hate. He disrespected Thanos, after all.
I will unfurl 1,000 years of Kree justice on Xandar and burn it to its core. Then Thanos, I'm coming for you.
Ronan also killed Drax's entire family. Needless to say, he wins few admirers during his time on screen. During the final battle on Xandar, his confrontation with Star-Lord is equal parts epic and hilarious, given Quill's invitation for a dance-off.
What are you doing?
Dance off, bro. Me and you.
However, with the Power Stone loose, Peter manages to grab hold and with the Guardians' help, uses it to end Ronan in a spectacular display of power and friendship.
You're mortal. How?
You said it yourself, bitch. We're the Guardians of the Galaxy.
With Ronan being such a jerk, this death was truly amazing. Number 3. Kilgrave. Jessica Jones. When it comes to MCU villains, they don't get much more vile than Kilgrave.
It's true that I've never given a second thought to anyone that I've let die, but I take no pleasure in it. Like a truly evil man would.
Possessing the ability to command anyone to do anything he tells them to, Kilgrave has enslaved many victims, including Jessica Jones. However, after escaping his control, she does everything in her power to bring her abuser down.
Certainly regret meeting you.
Oh, good, then we finally have something in common. Regret. And hatred. Let's not forget about that one.
Although their final confrontation has it appear as though she's fallen under his spell once again, Jessica reveals it to be a ruse. It's grimly satisfying watching her lift Kilgrave one-handed and finish him off.
Smile.
It certainly made us smile. Number 2. Grant Ward. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. A former member of Phil Coulson's S.H.I.E.L.D., Grant Ward is actually a member of You guessed it, Hydra.
I know you want revenge to cut the head off a shield. I'll help you do that.
And in return,
You'll help me learn how shield brought someone back.
His crimes are many, with betrayal and murder being chief among them. However, the one that sends Coulson skydiving out of a plane into a portal to another planet is the killing of his girlfriend, Rosalind.
What did you do? Seems I just eliminated a leak at the ATCU. You murdered Rosalind to keep her from digging into Malik?
After catching up with Ward, they reluctantly work together to escape. Just as their exit is in reach, though, Coulson takes Ward down, crushing him with the might of his robot hand. Long story. It's a brutal moment, but given everything Ward did, he had it coming.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Thanos, Avengers Endgame. You were expecting someone else? Sure, the guy's got charisma, but at the end of the day, he eliminated half the universe.
You should have gone for the head.
Although the alien overlord's first death at the hands of Thor was pretty poetic, it's his final death that was the most satisfying.
What did you do? I went for the head.
When a past version of Thanos brings his armies to the future to capture the Infinity Stones, there's an epic battle and a desperate scramble for the powerful artifacts. While it seems as if Thanos' victory is inevitable after all, Iron Man proves he's stronger than destiny and sacrifices himself to turn the Mad Titan and his forces into dust.
I am Iron Man.
It's a fitting end for the man who did the same to so many others.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.